Former Vice President of Nigeria, Atiku Abubakar, is a weapon fashioned against the ADC and P2B 2027 election. Here are the reasons. Please, I would love you to pay serious attention to this video. And if this is your first time coming across our channel, welcome to NAIJA Prince News Extra. Please do us a favor by clicking on your subscribe button and don't forget to on your notification bell so you will be the first person to receive every update. The reasons why I say that Atiku Abubakar is the weapon fashioned against ADC and P2B coming 2027 general election. These are the reasons. So please, I would love you to pay serious attention and watch this video to the end.
Let me put a caveat. Any opinion I express here are solely mine.
Just opinion.
It is not for Peter Obi. Neither does it reflect the opinion of VOP TV News.
Okay.
First of all, there is no, as much as I know, attack between the supporters of Peter Obi, otherwise called the Obidients. It has metamorphosed now to OK Movement.
Yes.
OK Movement being Obi Kwankwanso Movement. And the supporters of Atiku Abubakar. ADC should by now have decided that their ticket is going south.
Exactly.
That is the only way to go. There is no other way to go. Let me say it as bluntly as it can be. As we speak today, Atiku Abubakar cannot win a single state in the 17 states of the south.
Are you sure?
That is the truth.
Of the south?
That is the 17 states of none. The 5 states of the southeast, the 6 states of the south, and the 6 states of the southwest. And it will even lose most of the states in the south, in the north central. I'm talking of the plateau. This is pragmatic politics. We are not being idealistic here. We are not trying to, tiptoe around the issue. Look at states like, places like Abuja. Abuja is not a state. Places like Abuja, states like Plateau, states like Benue, states like, even Kogi. Obi won Kogi the last time.
Yes, it did.
Yes. Taraba. Even in his own home state of Adamawa, Obi had 100,000 votes. In Obi's state of Anambra, Atiku had, I think, 5,000 votes. In those states where I come from, Obi won in the last presidential election.
Yes, he did.
Tinubu came second. Atiku came a distant third. Here in Lagos, Obi won. Tinubu came second. Atiku came a distant third. Same as most of the southwestern states, apart from Osun, and that's because of the influence of the dancing governor, Governor Adeleke. In the south, we know that it was a miracle that happened in Akwa Ibom, because people think that it's only APC that rigged the last election. Akwa Ibom electoral vote was a miracle. That's how Atiku was able to win in Akwa Ibom. In Delta State, where his deputy comes from, Obi won landslide. In Rivers State, we heard the miracle of Rivers State. Today, the result in IREF is different from the result announced in Rivers State. There is a BBC report on it. There is a Premium Times report on it. So I'm not speculating. So we know the miracle of Obiakpo and by extension, the miracle of Rivers State. Now, if you go to the North Central, the Christian population of the North will vote and will be any day, anytime. It happened before and it will happen again.
Please, before we continue, do me a favor by clicking on your subscribe button. Just the only way to encourage and support us.
Obi won in all the major population centers in the last election, apart from Kano. He won in Lagos, he won in Abuja, he won in Rivers, according to real votes. I'm not talking of the fictitious.
No, yes, that one was obvious.
It's quite obvious. Now, the only major population center that Obi did not win was Kano. And today, Kwankwaso, as we speak, has agreed for an alliance with Obi. So we have a ticket that sells itself, a ticket that does not need marketing. Obi energizes the youthful populations of the south and the middle belt. The core north are energized by Rabi Musa Kwankwaso. The two biggest political movements in Nigeria today is the Obedient movement and the Kwankwansiya movement. To think otherwise is naive. It is pragmatic that the ticket goes to Obi and Kwankwanso. And they have even by themselves agree on a working formula for that ticket. And that is the only ticket that can unseat the behemoth Tinubu has created in Abuja. Look, let us not kid ourselves. Tinubu has 31 governors supporting him. He has 80% of the Senate. He has about 75% of the House of Representatives. Even the governors that are not supporting him, they are leaning towards him. It is public knowledge that Charles Chukwuma Soludo is supporting him. He's not in APC.
Yeah, he's not.
And there are even rumors now that the crown jewel, the pride of the Obedient movement, Alex Oti, Choma Oti of Abia, there are tendencies.
Not that he said so.
That he is going to be supporting.
He said he and Tinubu are friends, and to be close to the center. So obviously,
you need a ticket that can win. Not a ticket not just to have another election for the sake of elections. So having said that, it is my opinion that Atiku should consider yielding, not stepping down, stepping aside. He's too big to step down. He's a
Okay,
big man.
yeah.
Step aside for the younger folks in the party. Rabi Musa Kwankwaso, they are both in their 60s, Peter Obi and Rabi, to step forward.
Alright, I guess that you all really pay serious attention to that video. You see, to me, I believe that Atiku Abubakar is still working for the APC. Now, he coming out to say that he's not going to contest in the next election, that this is the last time that he's going to contest. That is a fat lie. With him and around him, he only knows that he can only be president after Tinubu finishes 8 years. To him, he knows that. And with the way things are going now, they have already knew that there is no hope for Tinubu for the next 8 years. Yes, Tinubu doesn't have any 8 years. We only have about only these 4 years. And here is the game plan. They now use Atiku as a structure, as a weapon to fashion against the ADC, whereby destabilizing ADC in making choice on who to bring by going through primaries election instead of consensus. By then, it will give the APC leverage to stand on to win the next election. By so doing, in the next 4 years after Tinubu has already finished, that's 2031, then Atiku will now forget his word that he said that he's not going to then showcase himself. Then the APC will now elect him as the president. But thank God that the Nigerian youth and the Nigerians as an entire people has already woken up. And you are going to see what is going to happen. Because Atiku, who really want to contest, all the previous time he has been contesting, let's just say because he have not had any variable opposition, because 2023 was the only election in the history of Nigeria they have 3 solid contestants, which is President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Peter Obi, and Atiku Abubakar. To me, even I know that the whole election was rigged by putting Peter Obi as 3rd position instead of 2nd. Because in all imagination, Peter Obi won the election clean sheet. But because of how corrupt the system is, instead of giving him 2nd so that he will not be able to go to court, start dragging. That's why they gave him 3rd and give Atiku that they know that they have already planned out everything with, and gave him 2nd. You see, the 2027 general election is going to open a lot of people's eyes, and the APC as a whole is going to learn a new thing. Then, because now the people have already decided who is going to be and who owns Nigeria. Because you can't be a president is a servant to a Nigerian. To be honest, just forget the title. You are there by the sole means of the people. And if the people decide that they don't want you again, you don't have any choice to make. And I think that the people have already, said that enough is enough, because a lot of evil are happening on a broad daylight. Well, I would love to share so much. I would love you to share your own opinion in the comment section, and don't forget to share this video to all your social media platforms. If this is your first time coming across our channel, do us a favor by clicking on your subscribe button.